Uncle Clifford and LaMarcus seems to be going strong. Mercedes realizes that she has to stop stripping for real. And we're going to get more of Haley and Andre. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another P-Valley video. And in this video, y'all, I'm giving you my predictions for episode number 9, season 2, based off of the trailer that we have been provided. We are down to the final 2 episodes of this amazing, electrifying, exciting, but also very stressful season, and I'm excited to talk about what we can probably expect in the second to last episode. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my P-Valley videos. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the trailer opens up with Lil Murda, also known as Big Murda now because we doing big murders. Y'all don't mind me. I'm recording this at 4 o'clock in the morning. But he back at the Pink, and I think that this is to be expected because Keyshawn is also opening up for the grand reopening, and it's only right that they redo Murda Night and do Murda Night right. That means no Glocks, no Dracos, no pointing them at Diamond Keyshawn, no disrespecting your partner, Lil Murda. Let this whole night go off without a hitch, which I think it will. All the drama I think is really gonna come in the season finale. But then that scene is followed up by, it looks like a little morning scene with LaMarcus and Uncle Clifford, and Uncle Clifford is giving all types of like, we got it in last night glow, the hair, the nails, the skin. It's giving. Like, I have rewatched this trailer so many times just to go back and watch her just be in this immaculate glory that is her. What's concerning though about this scene, Lil Murda says people be acting like they know you but they don't really know you, in response to Uncle Clifford saying, you know, you hood famous now, basically noting the notoriety that he has amassed over the course of the time that she has known him, and to the point of like, Lil Murda is definitely at a peak right now. Like, he's riding his wave and it's a vibe. Now that part is not the concern for me. The concern for me are the next 2 lines where Uncle Clifford is like, you don't need to worry about being everybody's cup of tea. And Lil Murda responds like, if that's the case, then maybe it's time that I move on for real. Excuse me? I'm sorry, run that back. What you say? Because this is the second time now this season that you have talked about leaving Chuckalisa and not looking back. And baby, the current love of your life is here. I know that you're grieving. I know that you got a lot going on. But what about Uncle Clifford? This is going to be very interesting, I think, as they figure out where they fall or what place they have in each other's lives. Because it's clear, Lil Murda loves Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford loves Lil Murda. But it's not that simple because they are not just a normal couple. And I hate to use the word normal, but just in thinking about societal standards. Like, one thing that Uncle Clifford made very clear last season, you know, when Lil Murda was like, I want to take you out on a date, and Uncle Clifford was like, the last 2 you know whats that did that was strung up by a tree or drowned in the Mississippi. Like, which one would you prefer? So it's really dangerous for them to pursue their love truly out loud and out and about in public, and I get it. And then not only that, Lil Murda happens to be an up and coming rapper, and rap music and the rap industry, the rap side of the music industry is not the most homophilic. Like, they're not like welcoming of people who identify as, you know, homosexuals or specifically men, bisexuals, non-binary. Like, we are still in a space where that's not the norm and it's not necessarily welcome. There's definitely a few hurdles that will be in their way, but my concern in hearing him say this is like, is he really thinking about just deciding to shut this side of him down and move on and go pursue this financial success? Even after last episode, after we got to see him say like, the money will come and go, he's learning what's most important, you know, which was prompted by Teek's death, and, you know, get into a place of acceptance and forgiveness with Uncle Clifford, which seems like it means the most to him, are you really willing to just walk away from it? Or is he saying in this moment like he wants Cliff to come with him? I'm hoping that it's the latter, y'all. And I'm going to go back to episode 8 where, you know, Lil Murda asks like, yo, what's going on with old girl? And then, you know, Uncle Clifford said the thing about the $5 million. And he was like, oh, well, that's 1.65 for you. And they kind of talked about it. I'm wondering if this is something that he would kind of like recount and be like, you know what, maybe you should just take the money. Maybe you should just let the pink go and then we could go. I was trying to think before making this video, like after I watched the trailer a few times, like where would be safe places for them to go and be able to just live out loud and live together. And I'm like, okay, historically, like very, very homophilic cities are like, I think the number one that's coming to mind for me right now is San Francisco. If y'all can think of some others, then drop them in the comment section down below. But then again, they would still be confronted with Lil Murda's career. And I definitely think that whether we like it or not, his coming out could have a negative, or probably will, not that it should, but probably will have a negative effect on the trajectory of his career as a rapper, specifically as a gangsta trap rapper. And I think that a lot of these themes are going to come up, or a lot of these topics for conversation, discussion, are going to come up in next week's episode. I think that Uncle Clifford and Lil Murda have a lot to talk about. Lil Murda has yet to disclose about Big Teak and, you know, the feelings that were there, the grief that he's going through because of it. And, you know, we saw them have a little bit of a spout at the top of episode 8 because of that. And like, you know, Uncle Clifford was speaking to Lil Murda having so many secrets, and one of those things is like, so there's definitely a few serious conversations that's coming. If Lil Murda is ready to leave Chucalissa, ready to leave Mississippi and like not look back, it's definitely warranted to have a conversation of like, what does that look like for Cliff, and what does that look like for their relationship and the love that they have for each other. And you know, they're probably gonna go there because they have been so deep this season, and I love it. Now after that, we get to see Mercedes storming out of the back door at the pink, and Uncle Clifford right on her damn tail, honey. And Sadie's is kind of crying, saying she's way past retirement, and it's probably because she's still having issues with her arm. Diamond, where the hell is the sage and the voodoo and the hoodoo and the get Montavious' ghost the hell up out of there? Like, we cannot have Sadie's not truly have her last dance, go out on top. Like, I don't like these geriatric ass jokes they've been playing and throwing her way all season. She still is that girl, she still is popping, and I hate the idea that she feel like she's being run out of the pink. And like, what's she gonna do now? Uncle Clifford gonna ride regardless. And in the scene, she says, well, you just gonna have to learn to dream new dreams. And it's like, that's real. Like, what else you want to do? Like, what else can you do? You are so talented, you're smart, you're beautiful, you can do a bunch of different things. Like, what is it going to be the next thing? You wanted to do the gym, okay, cool, so then what does that look like? I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I kind of wished that Mercedes would become a partner in the pink. Like, I really wish Autumn was not there. Mercedes would be the perfect person. That would be the perfect next step for her transition out of dancing and really like being able to be partners in business as well as in life with Uncle Clifford. Like, that would just be perfect. But we're definitely going to see Mercedes struggle, and I think that it's more than a struggle of like what is going to happen with her on the pole and if she can ever fly again. I feel like Mercedes is going through an identity crisis. Like, so much of her life thus far has been wrapped up in being an OG stripper, and now she's moving out of that and has been being the mom that gave up her daughter, that was trying to like prove that she's a mama. And it's like, after 2 episodes ago, you don't have to prove that. Like, you showed up when you needed to, and she literally confirmed that like you never had to prove anything to her. So I definitely see that Mercedes is struggling a lot with like who she is, what she wants, and what she's going to do next. And that's what I really feel like is going to happen in next week's episode. We're just going to see her spiral a little bit more in her like mini little identity crisis, I believe. But I don't think that we're going to exit the season without her having a plan or being able to know what she wants to do next. I do hope that they spin the block on Coach and his wife, because them 40 G's need to come her way. period, child. And then they give us a scene of Haley talking in Andre's ear, talking about, I need to remember the night that Andre Watkins became the mayor of Chucalissa. Okay, maybe he about to win, but who cares? Because I still don't give a damn about Haley's storyline aside from her helping out Keyshawn, and I don't give a damn about raggedy ass Andre who barely washes his ass so that he can run for mayor of Chucalissa. I don't care. Do y'all care? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, the big main event that's going to happen in next week's episode is just the grand reopening. That's the last scene that we get to see. Things that we don't see in the trailer that I do think that we are going to see next week are Diamond and Keyshawn talk. I think another thing that we're going to see is probably a small interaction or something in passing between Big Bone and Keyshawn. Now, the last thing that I want to add is the description for next week's episode says the Pink family shows up and shows out, giving folks a night they won't ever forget. However, the biggest clue to me of what monumental thing that's going to happen in next week's episode is the title of the episode. It is titled Snow, and I think that this is a call to Tina Snow, Megan Thee Stallion's alter ego, that is going to make an appearance this season. I think that it's going to be in this episode, so we will probably see not only Lil Murda performing at the Pink, but performing the song that he has in collaboration with Tina Snow. So we're gonna have a pop-up from Meg, and I would love it if Mississippi's in the background doing her thing. It'll be lit. It's gonna be a hell of a night. I think that this is going to be one episode that takes us back to old school the Pink, back in season 1 when we were getting all types of just vibes, choreography, you were in the club. This season we spent a lot of time while in the club was shut down, so it wasn't a ton of dancing and there wasn't a ton of partying. But I think that this episode we're going to get back to that, at least for the sequences that are tied to Lil Murda and Tina Snow and Mississippi, in addition to further along everybody else's storylines. But those are just my thoughts, my predictions. I would love to know yours. Also, what are some of your fan theories? Drop them in the comment section down below so that we can further discuss the series as we prep for episode number 9. I cannot wait to see y'all's thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comment section down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on my P-Valley videos when they drop. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with. I'll see you in the next one.